Welcome, everybody. It's Wednesday night, and we're here to talk about all things World Powerhouse Wrestling. Your hosts, executive producer Jason Halbert, World Powerhouse Wrestling head referee Sherman Tank. This is Shane Jones, and we're bringing to you Beyond the Curtain.
Hey, welcome everyone to another, hopefully fantastic edition of Beyond the Curtain. Thrilling? Sure, we can go that route.
Spectacular?
Rested up. There we go.
Yeah.
Well rested.
There we go. Yes.
Well rested.
We're back from our little mini vacation. I'm not going to say that I missed you, Tank, because I really didn't. But, hey, whatever.
Well, we had an extra week away from him, too, because he didn't even make the last episode.
I'm sorry.
That's
I had
right.
my face worked on, man.
He was giving an oral procedure. He
was getting his face drilled.
That's right. Anyway, ladies and
I
gentlemen,
set that up. I assumed it came out of my mouth. I'm like, well, damn, there it goes.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm your host, the voice of WPW, the one, the only, Jason Halbert. Thank you. Man, crowd goes wild.
Debatable.
Joined by my partner in crime.
Mama liked to party when you were in her belly. That's why you are dumb.
Come on, Tank. That's you.
I hate you so much. Son of a bitch. Head referee Sherman Tank.
And the crowd goes mild for you. Actually, no, I would say not mild. I would say they just don't like you.
Most people don't. I'm okay with this.
Yeah, he's been taking extra time training them while they're in the pit.
The audience. And join the third leg of the tripod. That's you.
That's me. I was waiting for
I've
your
gone.
sound effect.
Tank's gone. No, that's always after.
All right, President of Operations, Shane Jones.
Now the crowd goes mild.
Now
That's
they go
right.
wild.
I'm still very, to this day, every time I see that, I've watched all the Family Guy, and I've never seen that I remember. And now every time I hear that, I'm just sitting there doing this, feel like, what the hell is wrong with you? It makes me giggle every time.
What the hell is wrong with me, or what the hell's wrong with you?
Yes.
Okay, because
See, that's what throws me off, Jason. He gets a special intro song and you throw it to me.
Hey, you don't even special.
He's special.
I mean, we're PG-13, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, fine. Huh? Okay, fine. So this will be your new sound effect. Ready?
Oh boy.
Oh God.
Sounds great.
You have a
I mean, there's that option.
I'm not even. Oh, that's amazing. Oh, so many memories have been
Oh,
relayed in
boy.
the last half hour.
I've got, more stuff. I mean, I'll find something for you. If you don't like that one, I'll find something for you. So
Sounds
I enjoyed that one personally. Can I vote for that one?
you can,
we
but
don't
I
give you a
will.
vote.
Yeah, I mean,
Oh,
I'll take your
that's
vote,
hurtful.
and I'll file it under I don't care. So.
Wow. Ow.
However, well, okay, I'll do that 90% of the time. However, if we're voting on what I'm going to play for Shane's intro, I mean, I'll take that under consideration.
I like that one. I do like that one.
Because I do like that one.
That's good. It works too.
It does. You hear that? You hear that?
Please don't kill me. I don't want to die today.
Anyway.
Fire tank.
Wait, no, we can't.
Find
Yeah, hold on.
new
Head referee.
You've been trying to do that for months, and I'm still here.
All right.
Just saying.
Just take a note of that.
I demand a raise.
Anyway, demand a raise. You're lucky to still have a job.
Obviously. What is he looking for?
So
We're not
unlike him, I actually do take notes. You can't. There we
Oh, I
go.
was very confused. I was like, I saw.
I do take show notes, so yeah. Oh, look at that! I thought you were just talking out your butt like you normally do.
That's what I got.
Come on, tank doesn't read.
I know. It doesn't.
Oh.
It's funny because it's true.
No.
Anyway, how the hell
Sorta.
you guys been?
Oh, not bad. Can't
Sure.
complain.
Good.
Celebrated a little St. Patrick's Day last week. Anybody else enjoy their St. Patty's Day?
I, for the first time in my life, had corned beef and cabbage.
I'm sorry.
Or not corn. Was it corned beef? Yeah. Dude, no, it was really good. Like, really good. You didn't get none of that, did we? Or are you just mad because I liked it?
No.
No, that was
Because-
you didn't see Jason Heath's comment there.
Loosely. Like, never mind.
Fire sound guy.
Again, can't replace him either.
We can teach any monkey to hit the play button.
Not well.
Well,
Obviously,
I mean,
look at Heath.
no. There you go. Anyway,
Look,
No,
they were
I-
already there was already comments about Tank.
oh, I know.
Yes, and
I'm
I'm
not.
pretty damn good.
We're just gonna file that under taken out of context, but I don't care. It works. Anyway, no, I'm not Irish, nor do I pretend to be.
Oh, I don't either.
I don't know that I've ever had corned beef and cabbage. I want to try it,
Oh,
but I'm
it's
not.
so good.
I'm not stupid enough to have my wife make corned beef and cabbage for the first time on St. Patrick's Day and then bank that I'm going to like it. So if I can go somewhere that someone's got it, or somewhere I could try it first, maybe. But for the most part, I'm not going to bank that I'm actually going to like that because I'm not a huge. I mean, I'll say I'm not a huge cabbage person, but I do like coleslaw.
My mom.
I'm not a cabbage person.
I
at
like-
all.
I like
corned beef's
coleslaw.
all right, but
I like
I can
egg
eat corned
rolls.
beef straight. Like,
See, I don't know that I've ever really had corned beef. That's the other
God,
thing.
I'll tell you what, man. It was like that was probably one of the best meals I've had in a while. It was really good.
See, I'm not so much on the corned beef and cabbage now. Now get me a little bit of Irish whiskey, and now
Of
we're
course.
talking. Yeah.
Shocker.
I mean, I'll drink like I'm Irish every now and then. So
I got a little bit of Irish family on my mom's side, so got a little bit, not a lot.
I don't think I do. I don't know.
Scottish, not Irish. I know this.
That explains a lot.
Hey.
Tell me I'm wrong.
Hey.
Okay, that's what I thought. Anyway, so yeah, I mean, we had a
Cabbage
nice,
and hot sauce. Yes.
we had a. I don't know that I would enjoy that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh, it's worth a shot.
I mean,
Everything's-
Hot
everything's
sauce
a-
can make everything better.
What he said. God, backwards. What he said.
you still pointing at me, dumbass.
No, I didn't. Yeah, God damn, I quit.
Anyway,
Frank, quit.
no severance.
I don't know my right from my left.
Really? I mean, was there any question that you knew your right from your left? Because I was going to bank on no anyway.
Usually.
You don't. I understand. Anyway,
Yeah.
so, but yeah, I mean, what the hell did I do last week? 'Cause I'm not Irish. I think I just was there a hockey game on? Maybe I watched the
There was a
Blues.
lot of hockey games
A
on.
lot of hockey games on.
I mean, I may if there was a hockey game on, I probably watched it. I mean, I just I just last week I celebrated the 1 year anniversary of working from home for 2 weeks.
Nice.
So the days all blend together at this point. I
Yeah.
just know before lockdown, after lockdown, and then this weird transition phase we're in. So I don't know. I can't remember what the hell I did last week.
I wish I could say that. I know what I did last week. Vaguely.
Oh,
What's his name?
Is it legal to say?
Oh, it's legal. I did a lot of pre-prepping and planning for a new project I'm sitting and getting ready to launch. So that's pretty much what I've spent most of my nights doing when I'm not taking care of a human.
So Tank doesn't know left from right or how to count to 3. Hey, he's not wrong.
True.
So dare I ask what this
What?
project?
I'm getting mean mugged by my wife because apparently I don't take care of human.
I wouldn't. You know what? If she can hear me, I would count on what she says.
Oh, you're not completely wrong. I
Okay.
do take care of a tiny person when they're sick and stuff. I'm not a
But-
terrible father.
By the way, how's your wife and my daughter doing?
Shut the hell up.
So, but like I said, pray tell, do I ask what the hell your new project is? Do I want to know?
So I got
Where to
this-
God, if the words in the sentence "love" and "swing" come out, I'm done.
no, we don't have enough 2x4s for that. But I came up with an idea a while back, trying to prep content and stuff, and I'm going to start streaming a Starfinder game, a D&D tabletop game, and it's going to be weird.
Now, is this part of your offensive madman?
Yeah,
stream?
yep.
Okay.
We actually, I stole the idea from a thing called Critical Role, which I'm sure Jason knows. I don't know if you know it, Shane, or not, but it's essentially a D&D podcast. The idea came up. It's something I've always wanted to do, and I'm a sci-fi nerd and was like, I can build my own spaceships. Yay! And then that's where it came from. So starting next Tuesday, we're launching the Offensive Roundtable. So that's going to be I don't know Blade, bad pony.
Go ahead and pitch your podcast.
Oh, well, thank you. So we're going to be live on Tuesdays from 7 until 10, I think is when we're stopping. Basically, it's just us hanging out and doing a lot of debauchery and stupidity and me trying to tell stories the best way I know how. And it's going to be fun.
Who is us?
Myself, a gentleman named High Voltage Nerd, another gentleman named Chaotic King. They're both streamers. A friend of mine named Tim, and finally, a gentleman named Andy, who is Australian. I replaced one Australian from a podcast for another.
All right, wait a second. What were the first two names again?
The name is High Voltage Nerd and Chaotic King.
High Voltage Nerd, Chaotic King, Tim, and Andy.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Tim and Andy.
Wow. Okay, then. That's a little, I mean, unoriginal. I mean, maybe the guy's name was something terrible, and he's like, I'm just gonna go with Tim.
No, his actual name is Tim.
Just Tim. Now that's a little bit better if it was just Tim.
No, it's just Tim. No,
Just Tim.
he's an actual friend of mine that I knew in real life. We're doing everything through Roll20. If you know what that is, I got your message, Sunshine. We'll talk. And then no, Blade. So I am nervous as all hell because I've, as you guys know, I've written books for years. This is something that I'm very passionate about.
He's written coloring books.
Dude,
Pop-up books.
if I could make money making pop-up books and comic books and coloring, hell yeah. Why wouldn't I? But yeah, so it's gonna be fun. I've got a lot of stuff laid out. I bought this. Everyone uses their STEMI for different things. I bought books. So that's what I've done for the last week.
All right.
We have an actual wrestling comment.
Wait. Hold on. We'll get to that in just a second. I just want to throw the disclaimer out there that if you boot up the offensive Madman, it is not safe for children, or the elderly, or
humans.
Yes,
humans.
Pretty much, yeah. So, listen at your own risk. And unfortunately, Tank is on that podcast, so you have to hear him. So anyway, okay, moving on.
There's wrestling in Mount Vernon. Yes, Emily, there is wrestling in Mount Vernon. This coming Saturday, IWA Productions is having an event.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Yes, this Saturday's IWA Productions.
I thought you were like this Saturday. No.
I knew where he was going for a second. Yeah. No, wait, what?
Yep. And then April 10th, WPW will be filming another TV taping at the IWAP Arena.
Woohoo!
In Mount Vernon.
Super excited.
$5 tickets.
$5 tickets, no reservations. Don't bother getting online. Just come on down, come in, pay $5 at the gate, come enjoy the TV taping with us.
It's going to be fun. I'm super excited.
Oh, absolutely.
I'm excited too, but unfortunately I got to see you. So that takes the excitement down quite a bit.
I mean, this is I'm jonesing for this. No pun intended, Shane.
And then after that, May 1st, WPW is back in Collinsville for the Grand Brawl.
Yeah.
Which is going to feature the True Grit True Grit Rumble. There's a difference between a Battle Royal and a Rumble.
There very much is a difference.
Oh, yeah. Yes. The Battle Royal, everyone's in the ring. The Rumble, they're not.
Nope. 2 people start, and every 2 minutes another person is added.
I feel like we've seen this somewhere before, but I can't put my finger on it.
I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's a concept we came up with, right? Maybe?
No, it's not an original concept, but it's one that we've ran now for, I believe this is the sixth, 7th year in a row of running it. And we are one of the few indie promotions that pulls a full 30-man Rumble. Now, because of different limitations this year, we may or may not have a 30-man Rumble, but we'll definitely put a very competitive field together for it. And we're still kind of waiting to hear on whether or not this show is going to be inside or outside.
I was wondering if we were talking about that.
Yeah, right now we're counting on it being an outside show, which means we're going to start just a little bit earlier to avoid, it being too dark outside and things like that.
Or wet mats.
Or wet canvas, yes.
That was terrible.
But there is some rumblings that around April 10th, Illinois could start transitioning to what they call the bridge to phase 5, which is a fancy way of saying they're going to start slowly opening up, which means as part of that, indoor events could happen at a 60% capacity, which would allow us to run inside. Woo-hoo! So we are keeping fingers crossed that we can move the event inside and everybody can be nice and comfortable in the air conditioning and we can have a great event for everybody.
Well, and then the other thing too is if we can have it inside, we don't have to worry about that annoying ass thing called rain.
That's true.
Oh gosh, yeah.
So
which happens quite a bit in this area throughout April and May.
No.
Yeah. So we're gonna hope that we can do this indoors, but in the event that we can't and it's outside and it rains, we'll deal with that later.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited for that.
In the weeks leading up to May 1st, I thought we might discuss the True Grit Rumble and throw some of our predictions out there. And I thought this week would be a good one to say, okay, we all like to think about who the odds-on favorites are to win the Rumble. But what about those long shots? Those guys that you look in there and go, this person doesn't stand a chance. But every once in a while, those long shots defy the odds. So, guys, if you had to think about a long shot that could be in this year's True Grit Rumble, do you guys have a long shot that you would pick that you think could win the whole thing?
Can I go last?
No, I'd like to go last.
No,
Damn, I know where you're going. That makes me sad.
Well, I forgot I had homework for the show.
You suck.
I was busy today with work and other stuff, like going to the gym and trying to not be fat. So I just forgot to do stuff. And when y'all messaged me and like, hey, we need to get this done for tonight, I'm like, all right, cool. But I was in the middle of working out and I forgot. So that's my fault. Right. But right. I will do what I do best, and I will make it up as I go.
Spitball out your face hole.
Yep.
So I'll go first, I guess.
All right.
If I had to go with somebody like, just from what I've seen, I think Alex Steele.
I can see that.
This big, but his fight is like this big. That dude can take a beating and keep coming back. I think if there's a long shot per se that could stand a shot, I definitely think it would be Steele.
And Alex Steele's in fantastic condition, and he's a guy that could outlast that in the Rumble.
Oh,
which is a key to victory.
Yes.
One time he made it to the Final Four, and then I can't remember how, but he got.
Oh
wait, I smacked him upside the head with the guaranteed gold briefcase, and then eliminated him. So we'll see how that works, because he's not gonna win. He has about as much of a chance of winning as Tank does not being ugly.
There we go. Got to get through me, not a chance. Well, I would say Riff Cut Rick Ruby in a Rumble does not count as a long shot.
No,
I'd say the U.S. champion definitely would count as an odds-on favorite.
Well, okay, yes, in traditional fashion, I would say yes. However, it's every man for himself, and looking at the field that we're probably going to have, he's going to be one of the biggest dudes we have in the ring.
Easy.
And if there's 5 guys, 6 guys, 7 guys, 10 guys in the ring, who do you think they're all going to team up and take out right away?
But
so he's a long shot.
Okay, because is that your long shot pick?
Did I say that was my long shot pick?
I'm
no,
just asking.
That's kind of what you were going for.
Well, I mean, it is a long shot because everyone's scared of him. I mean, let me ask you two idiots. Okay, Shane, let's say you're in the ring. Okay,
let's say I'm in the ring,
and someone like Rick Ruby comes to the ring. Big dude. I don't even want to speculate how much he weighs, because I don't want to take him off. So anyway, dude like that comes in the ring. You gonna try to take him on one-on-one, or are you gonna look at the other guys in the ring and be like, "Hey, we need to take him out now"?
Oh, a Rumble like that's all about strategy. You want to try to take the biggest competitor out, absolutely.
So I mean, is he necessarily a long shot? No, he can hold his own in there, but can he hold his own against 8 other guys all at once? That's the thing. So. I mean, I guess, he's kind of a long shot, but at the same point in time, I mean, it's not going to shock me at all if he wins. I mean, he may draw one of the last numbers in the ring, and there might only be 2 other guys in the ring, and he can squash them both. So
that's true. Luck of the draw plays a big part in winning a Rumble.
Luck of the draw and greasing the right palms.
Ooh, that sounds fishy.
So, Jason, have you come up with your long shot?
I mean, sure, there's a guy that we haven't seen in a couple of years now that I would like to see what the hell he's been up to and what rock he's been hiding under. But, there's a guy named Scar that I haven't seen in a year and a half, 2 years. I mean, depending on what
gave Scar their best wishes, their what's that called when somebody walks away?
Future endeavors.
Future endeavors. Yeah, they wish him the best in his future endeavors. He's been seen in some other places, but hasn't been seen in WPW in a while.
No, I mean, really, if he showed up, when was the last time he wrestled anyone in WPW? So, I mean, there's
been a while.
There's my long shot right there. I mean, who's to say he's not going to show up anytime soon?
Oh, yeah, that's a fair point.
I mean, it's almost like he could be sitting, maybe right next to someone.
He could be.
You'd never know it. Did anyone ever see what he looked like without his mask on? Pretty ugly.
I mean, pretty hideous.
Yeah, I
dude.
think it's comments like that he decided not to come back.
Well, I mean,
but he could. Let's be honest. He could probably eat Halbert, which would be great.
That just sounds bad.
Let that go.
Leave it to Tank.
But
Cheers.
a true long shot and someone that we have seen a lot of that, I mean, just his size is going to make it to where I don't see him having any shot in hell of winning this thing. I mean, as much as he's done, I'm going to say Chris Exodus.
Well, do you have a lawnmower there? Because you just mowed my lawn. So
I wanted to do that.
That would be my choice for the long shot that I think could actually outlast and win is Chris Exodus. He might be the smallest competitor in the Rumble. And you know, this is just speculation. This is kind of wishful thinking. Chris Exodus has been officially retired. Injuries have placed him out of the ring, so I don't even know if he'd be able to participate in the True Grit Rumble. But if he were to, based on what he's been able to do in WPW in the past, sometimes the small guys get overlooked. Sometimes the big guys go after each other, and the small guys can kind of find a way to avoid getting eliminated.
Hide in the corner.
Or, you know, it's just like that other event that I can't seem to put my finger on, but you're only eliminated when you go over the top rope and both feet hit the floor. So, I mean, all he needs to do is really just sneak out of the ring and let everyone else do all the work.
That would be the smart strategy for a guy.
That would be the smart way to do it, but I somehow think he's got a little bit more fight in him than that.
I mean, anyone that is going to compete in this thing, that's kind of what they need to do. They need to think about it.
Guys, you know, we can get somebody else's opinion on this about Chris Exodus and how he would do in the True Grit Rumble, because our guest tonight is none other than Chris Exodus.
Dun, dun, dun.
You want to bring him on?
Do it.
I mean, you're the man behind the board there.
I didn't know if you had anything to play to bring him in.
You're putting him on the spot, Shane.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, our guest tonight, Chris Exodus.
And stop. Okay.
Thank you.
They just stopped just like that. I don't know how.
Cracks a whip. It's very weird.
Yeah, he keeps them in a pit in his basement.
Literally.
I don't know.
He takes them out to walk them every once in a while, throw some food down there.
Oh, that's nice of him.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
Tells
probably
him to put the lotion
breadcrumbs.
on the skin.
Ooh, or against the hose again.
I don't know what you're talking about. Hey, what are you doing? Get over there. Get what?
Now he just looks like
When
an
the
idiot.
app doesn't work.
Now he just looks like an idiot.
Yeah, it stopped working on me. What the hell?
All right, Chris.
No.
Thanks for joining this show tonight.
Oh no, it did one time and it threw up an ad for Wish.
Wow. Well, thank you for having me.
All right. Well, Chris, you know, a lot of times when we bring people on, we tend to ask them about their background. But you know what? I don't think there's any way we could ask you about your wrestling background and not have the 4-letter CHWA come up. That is very ingrained into your background in wrestling. And can you tell us a little bit about CHWA and its origins and your origins in wrestling?
Absolutely. So, all right. So CHWA was an accumulation of myself, my brother, Elride, as you guys know him, and our two friends, VDP and Harlock Cross, and Jake Gold. Jake Gold kind of came in right at the beginning. It's kind of like a weird thing. But all 5 of us, man, I mean, we were just boys in high school, you know. We were always tight through school, and Lucas and I, of course, were, you know, always cool because we lived together. We're brothers. But basically, I mean, it just started because when we were kids, I mean, we always wrestled. We had trampolines and mattresses, and we always wrestled. So we just started wrestling, and our oldest brother, John Holt-Yo, who unfortunately passed from brain cancer, one day decided he just like had this Sony video camera. I think it was back in like 2010. And he just was like, hey, let me film you guys. Cause we were putting on like really bad shows for our neighbors and our families and stuff. And he was like, I just want to film it and throw it on my YouTube channel. And so he filmed it, and that was just kind of it. and it's just grown since then. I'm going to be honest, since we're, shooting, it was never supposed to be what it is now. It was never supposed to get this big. It was never supposed to be like legit. It was just something fun to do. And then as we kind of got older and kept progressing on, not just in life, but in just our love for wrestling, we went to wrestling school and trained, and then just started like running shows and working shows. And it's just, yeah, man. I mean, that's just pretty much how it started. I mean, it was just a bunch of us just having fun, just doing what we love. And it just progressed. I mean, it progressed at a really fast rate. I would say like the biggest leap of progression was back, I believe it was 2015. There's a lady named Michelle. She runs a food stand called Timo's Tacos, and they're in really good with the Bethalto JCs, which is the people that run the carnival here in Bethalto. And she's friends with my dad, who is the Godfather. And she just like came out to my brother's like backyard and just watched our show and was just like, I love it. And I think you guys are great. And we want to put you in the carnival. And that's like, we had like maybe 500-600 likes on Facebook, I think. And that might even be an overestimation. And then we did that carnival show, and it just, I mean, our Facebook page just like exploded. We made a bunch of money in donations that we definitely weren't used to having, which helped us upgrade our ring a little bit and like upgrade the production of the show. And then we struck a deal with the Bethalto JCs that every year when the carnival would come around, they would get a hold of us and we would like work out like a deal, and we would perform there. And it's just kind of been like that ever since. I mean, we've rented out plenty of venues and brought in names, and we just have a good time, man. I mean, CHWA is not your typical independent wrestling show. It's not once a month, and it's not like, the roster doesn't change dramatically every show. It's a lot of the same guys and gals busting their butts and working really hard. And it's every week we run a weekly show. And then at the end of the month, we have like this big blow off show that we call super shows, but we're currently in the works with the Fight app. That's something I've been working very tirelessly on, trying to get it to where we can upload pay-per-views, actual internet pay-per-views. So there's that. And it's crazy, man. I mean, I'm 24 years old, about to be 25 in May. And I never thought that in my entire life that like I'd run an actual wrestling company. It's awesome. It's incredible. I'm very grateful for those who have helped get CHWA where it is. I'm very grateful for the actual vets, unlike Damian Blade, that have given us advice and helped us out and are willing to come in and do business and teach us the right and wrong ways to do things, because we've made mistakes, man. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and lie to you and everybody watching. I mean, we've made mistakes, and it's no secret that I'm a very foul-mouthed individual, and I'm very loud, and I like to run my mouth. So we've made mistakes. I've made mistakes, but I like to think that we're probably in the best position we've ever been. This is going to sound like a really weird statement, but COVID-19 was kind of the best thing that's ever happened to us, honestly. Because we needed a break, man. We needed to step back and reevaluate.
So I just wanted to tread back on something. When you talk about CHWA and you talked about there's been some mistakes and some interaction with area vets, obviously you got to acknowledge that sometimes the area vets have not been very accepting of the organization.
Oh, yes, absolutely. Now, on that key, there's been several veterans that are incredible, and they have went out of their way to not just come to shows and like work, but they've, came down to shows, given advice. Izzy Blackwell, Independent Wrestling Hall of Famer, one of the greatest people I've ever met in my life. I call him and his family every day, check on them, talk to them. They're great. He's one of our mentors. He allows his son, Damian Blackwell, who in my opinion is probably one of the best young workers in our area, very underrated. And he's great. Izzy Blackwell is incredible. Frankie D has come down and offered not just his time, but his services and his training. We've had guys like Wicked, even before Douglas O'Shea had, stabbed us in the back. Douglas O'Shea had come down and kind of helped out. We've had guys like Hubie Stinson Jr. And the list goes on. I mean, the list just goes on and on of incredible people, but yeah, when we first started, the biggest thing that we did wrong that I admit to this day, but I would not go back in time and change because of where CHWA is at now, is that we went and got pro training. I'll leave the name out for the sake that WPW doesn't get pulled into any bull crap. But we went to this professional school. We paid them money. We got trained up. And instead of renting out KC halls and doing business the right way, 16-year-old me didn't see a problem with buying a ring and doing a show in my backyard. That was apparently, effing the business, and it just like turned into this snowball effect where we just got 9 kinds of nuclear heat, and it's still we cannot escape that stigma. I mean, it doesn't matter what we've done. The big thing was you don't have a ring. We bought a ring. Okay, you're in a backyard, and you're not trained. We bring in guys like Frankie D, Liam Mephisto, Wicked. The list goes on and on and on. That wasn't good enough actable training. Then it was you don't have a building, so we rented a venue that we could run in every week, and now the venue's too small, the ring's too small. The list just goes on. People like to throw around the fact that some of my guys don't have gear. That's something that I'm very on my guys about is, getting gear. But at the same time, I watch AEW all the time. John Moxley was the world champion for a year almost, and he wrestles in jeans. So I don't really see the argument that I don't think it's that deep. I think it's just small nitpicking from very insecure individuals, my opinion.
Well, one of the most vocal critics of CHWA and yourself is a longtime vet and a longtime WPW veteran, Damian Blade.
Yep.
Just a quick scan of the comments, and you can definitely just see some of the things that he's been on here saying. I know that you've had some one-on-one conversations, some streaming conversations with Damian Blade, but how do you respond to some of this?
So the shower curtain, let's just address that, because the whole thing with the shower curtain is the building that I was leasing. And if any of you 3 gentlemen, which I assume you do, know something about leasing, when your landlord says you can or can't do, or you can't do something, then you can't do it, correct? Because you could get kicked out.
Really?
So there was this flowery curtain thing that I was told I was not allowed to take down, that it was permanently fixated there and I better not take it down. Well, my landlord is the person I pay the money to so my wrestling company can perform. So my alternative to that was to hang some kind of tarp or something just to make it look a little better. And there's not really anything you can do in that situation. I tried a camouflage tarp, which looked very backwoods, and I didn't like that. So then I went out and bought a black tarp. Black is kind of just a universally easy color to work with. Everything goes with that. That looked okay. And that was near the end of the run because of, the virus and whatnot. But I couldn't do anything about that. So I cannot really defend that one other than my landlord would have kicked me out and I wasn't trying to get kicked out of my venue. So there's that. As far as the backyard goes, I will say it point blank. Yes, I was a backyard guy. No, I will not crap on the backyard. I will not crap on backyard wrestlers. Never have, never will. And the reason I won't is because backyard wrestling is all passion. It's all passion. They're not getting paid. They're not getting paid. They're not getting, they might be internet famous. I mean, there's a lot of backyard companies. Go on YouTube, type it in. There's a lot of backyard companies that pull 3-4 million views of video. And so, I mean, they've got some kind of audience there, so not going to crap on that. And it's just, we were 13. And then when we started actually getting a ring and doing things in my backyard, we were 16. And I would almost bet my deed to my house that all 3 of you gentlemen at 16 made some mistakes that you would go back in time and fix. So nobody's perfect. And a 16-year-old,
but it's been so long ago, I don't really remember.
Yeah.
I was a perfect kid. I did nothing wrong until 16, and I have no regrets that I would go back in time and tell 16-year-old me, hey, don't do that.
Okay.
I don't believe a
Well,
word
you're
that
the
just
first
came
person
out of
I've
your
ever met.
face. That is
But no, I
so
mean,
wrong.
16-year-old kids do 16-year-old kid stuff. They do dumb stuff. They learn. They're not an adult. They don't have an adult thinking process like they think they do. And
Yeah.
I'm 24 and I know this. Like, so no, I mean, I honestly do not. That is a true statement. I
have to agree with that. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think that people should be chastised for mistakes that they make when they're very young like that, because if you make a mistake when you're 16, why at 26 are you still being held to that standard as if human beings don't change? After high school, I went to psychology classes because I was going to try to be a therapist. And one of the things that I learned very quickly is that human beings, their whole mindset typically changes within 6 months. So you mess up, you messed up, and within 6 months, you're probably a completely different person. So 10 years, I think, is almost a long enough time, right? To
like a lifetime.
Yeah, but there's just this stigma, and it's only in the St. Louis area. It's only in this area, man.
So Shane, go back to his comment before.
Which one? Passion?
Yeah. So there you go. You got someone like him who, just wants to spew his mouth. He's a has-been.
He's a never has been.
He's a never will be. And he's trying to remain relevant in the world of the St. Louis wrestling. And I mean, we obviously see where his priorities lie. He pin me, pay me. He doesn't care. Unlike, most of the young guys, PT Beckham, are actually here because they enjoy the sport, not because, oh, hey, I'm just here to make money. I don't care what you do, blah, 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 blah. So, I mean, really, anything that Blade says, I would just let it go in one ear and out the other.
Oh, no, see, because here's the fun part. I'm not medically cleared to wrestle. I'm retired from the ring. But I told Damian Blade that if he bought a ticket to my show, April 25th, in Centerville, Illinois, and he wanted to, put his money where his mouth is and grow a set, come across the barricade and I'll stand right there and I will punch him straight in the face because I can't wrestle, but there's nothing saying I can't fight. But I know Damian Blade. He doesn't have the balls. It's very clear. Go watch his tapes. Constantly cheats, runs away from people. He's a coward. He's a big bully.
Okay, so I'm going to interrupt this argument because I don't think this is one that's going to get any kind of resolution soon. We mentioned April 25th.
Yes.
Tell everybody about what's going on April 25th.
So April 25th is the first show back for CHWA, Cottage Hills Wrestling Alliance, since March 15th, 2020. And it is From the Ashes. That is the name of the show. It will take place in the Centerville Elementary School. The doors open at 2. The first bell will be at 2:30. It is a Sunday, so we wanted to make the start time a little earlier because we know people got to get up and go to work Monday. Tickets are $10 for adults, $5 for children. We do, in fact, have tickets in hand. We've sold a ton of them. We're getting to the point where I'm almost positive we're going to have to stop selling tickets within the next day or so.
That's called a sellout.
Yeah, because we're trying to stay within the COVID guidelines. And we're working very close with the city of Centerville to make this happen. And so they gave us a percentage, and it's looking like around April 10th. They're talking about maybe letting venues do 60%. If that is the case, then tickets will go back on sale, and we'll be able to sell, I believe, 22 more tickets. My math, give or take a few, but that's what we're looking at right now. And it is going to be stacked. And in the main event, we have PT Beckham, who is quite possibly the most polarizing, controversial man in the Midwest, but he does speak facts, my humble opinion, of course. Going against the current Cottage Hills Wrestling Alliance champion, Johnny Banks, who's very outspoken in his distaste for not just myself, but the promotion. So we'll see what happens. It's going to be a barn burner. There's a lot of matches that have already been announced. One of them is believe it or not, a 10-man rumble for the vacated CHWA United States Championship. And there's a lot of competitors in there that if I had to bet, man, it'd be hard. It would be really hard. But I got to give a shout out to my boy Umbra because I love Umbra. So shout out to Umbra. He's in that. We also have making his return to CHWA after quite a long sabbatical. And he will be competing in our Golden Opportunity ladder match, is the one and only Jake Prater, which is interesting because Jake Prater is very outspoken about his disgust for CHWA. And he wanted an opportunity, and I gave him one. So we'll see if he takes it. We have the first ever CHWA Women's Championship match ever in the 8 years we've been around. We've never had a women's champion. And in that match, we have Sophia Sombra, who is really making a name for herself. Emma Yuri, who is new to the sport, but she has already made quite the impact at CHWA. and believe at SMPW. We have Ashlyn Alexander, who is one of the hardest hitting females I've ever seen in a ring, period. And she is traveling around and making a name for herself. I do believe she's done some shows with the Midwest Mercenaries. Not sure. And then, of course, we have Maddie Exodus, as she's been the longest, most consistent female in CHWA. So all four of those ladies are going to make history just being in the match. And I've told them all several times, this is a big opportunity for all four of you, but there can only be one. So they're all training really hard. They're working really hard. They want it. They want it. And then trying to think so I don't leave anything out because there's a lot of matches. And I don't have my book in front of me. I do know that Bulletproof, the longest reigning CHWA tag team champions, have issued an open challenge. Sean Justice and Isaiah the Enforcer met with me and the Godfather, and they were very, very serious, very adamant, almost a little intimidating, that if they do not get a match April 25th, they would take the whole show over and they would burn the place to the ground. And honestly, I believe it. I believe it. I've seen Isaiah the Enforcer. He is not a fun guy to piss off.
See if Violators are available April 25th.
But yeah, so we've got quite the show. We've got quite the show stacked up. I've heard rumblings that Voodoo King's going to be there. He hasn't been in the Midwest for a while, but I've heard he's going to be in there.
Oh
no!
Oh boy!
Ooh, shots fired.
Damian Blade. In order to be someone's favorite wrestler, you have to be a wrestler.
Oh,
you can't wrestle. You suck.
Yeah, I wouldn't call what he does wrestling, but
no, not at all. Not at all.
I don't know if I'd go that far.
But
Blade's done a lot more than this business than a lot of people have. So
no, well, you see, I would give the man respect if he had not disrespected me first.
I understand that. Christian, where's CHWA and Chris Exodus going from here?
So, CHWA, I don't know how much legally I can talk about this, so I've got to keep it vague, and I hate doing it because I really like to inform people of everything we're doing because I love being transparent, but this is kind of a legal thing. I have been, this week alone, I've had 3 meetings with a potential spot. Very, very expensive spot in a very prominent location. And we're waiting on one more thing to put pen to paper. If it happens, and I know this is going to sound like a very arrogant, cocky statement, I'm not trying to be that guy because I like to think I'm a pretty humble guy. There is no venue anywhere in this area that will touch this spot. I give you my word. And if you can find one and show me one better, I'll give you $100.
Wow.
Straight up. It's incredible. As far as Chris Exodus, I am not medically clear. I have been trying for the past couple months. I kind of got my gears turning. I went out and was kind of doing some yard work, and I actually slipped and fell down my porch steps, and I kind of landed really hard, and for the first time in a long time, I woke up the next day not a sore. I didn't really hurt all that bad, and so I don't know, man. I mean, from the injury I got, statistically there's not really a chance, but I like to have hope. So
never say never. You've seen much stranger things happen in the wrestling business, I'm sure.
Right. So it's kind of one of those things where I'm at peace with not wrestling ever again. I've kind of just mentally got at peace with it, mainly because, one of my ultimate goals outside of wrestling is to be a father. I want to be a father one day. And wrestling to me in the ring, I mean, if I risk getting back in the ring against a doctor's order and then I get paralyzed, I might not ever have children. And if I do have children, I might not be able to do stuff with them that I want to do with them. So I'm kind of at peace with the idea of not wrestling. But however, wrestling is addictive, so I really want to do it.
What I'm hearing here is you're scared. So you've got all this passion, but you're scared to get in the ring. So
whoa, hold on.
I was on your side up until the fact you just said you were scared.
Well, hold on.
What is it? Was it you're not medically cleared, or you're scared of Damian Blade? Because I need to know, because I need to get my facts straight here.
I
hold on,
don't know
Because
if
I need to
you're
know what
deaf.
horse I'm backing here.
I don't know if you're deaf, but
He's
I
an idiot.
specifically said, and I want you to take notes this time because you obviously weren't paying attention. If Damian Blade wants to fight, I will fight Damian Blade. I'm just not going to step into a pro wrestling ring with gear and gimmicks and wrestle against a guy who can't wrestle. I want to fight him. What did you not understand about that the first time?
I mean, that's great and all, but I mean, he can't wrestle, but I'm pretty sure he can fight, and he's got a barbed wire bat that he's going to bring to wherever the hell he is.
Well, of course he would have a weapon because he doesn't know how to use his left and right. Did we not go over this already?
Well, you're
He's a
right, but
coward.
you also need to think of that kind of stuff. If you're going to call him out, you got to be prepared for all those different scenarios.
You
And
gotta forget him.
knowing
He's an
Blade,
idiot.
knowing Blade, and as long as I've been in this company, he's not going to come alone. And
Jason,
the problem is,
Blade-
you might not even see it coming. You think your buddy on your right behind you has your back? No, he's probably there to put a knife in your back. You got to think about this.
I don't have
stuff that Damian
friends.
Blade is going to pull.
So two things. Number one, I don't have friends. I don't have buddies. Okay, that's number one. My circle's incredibly small. But number two, and this is important, Damian Blade posted a little video with checkers. Damian Blade can keep playing checkers. I'm playing chess because in chess you have to be 3 steps ahead. Damian Blade thinks that he knows me, and he thinks everybody thinks they know me. They don't. They know what I allow them to see. I'm not afraid of his bat. I'm not afraid of his goons. I'm not afraid of him. Damian Blade reminds me of that kid in high school who is bigger than everybody else. He's taller. He thinks that he's stronger. And he runs his mouth until he gets punched. And then everybody, and this is PG-13 enough, sees that he's not a big bad bully. He's a big fat bitch.
Strong words.
Alrighty then.
And that's what's going to happen if he comes across the barricade April 25th. I will punch him, and the whole world will see it.
I almost want to come out to the show just to see what happens.
I encourage you to.
I mean,
I encourage everybody to.
What are we doing at the 25th, boys? I say we make a road trip. Who's down?
We might have to now. I don't know. It depends how April 10th goes and how our TV taping goes. And
Which I wish you good luck with that.
well, thank you very much. Now, can I tell everybody the news with WPW and CHWA?
Yes.
I would hope
All
so after that.
Absolutely.
All
Good
right,
God,
so-
yeah.
You would
So-
think you would clear that before we came on the air, you moron.
Well, you know, as he said, we want to be transparent, but we don't want to tell everybody everything. WPW and CHWA have come to a business agreement. We are now working together. We are sharing talent. We're sharing resources. WPW is opening up their resource bank to help them with some of the behind the scenes things that they need to get legitimate and to kind of get those things that have always been complained about with them lined up and going correctly. And, you know, they have a great young talent roster, and WPW could use some freshening up with the talent roster. So that we're going to share some talent and share resources and work together.
I'm excited. I'm genuinely
Absolutely.
excited.
We've been on the phone quite a bit back and forth lately, trying to get
That
these things
is
that
an
you're talking
understatement.
about worked out, and I'm wishing you guys the best, and I hope it works out for you.
Hey, and same to you guys, man. I mean, I've been watching the tapings and stuff that you guys have been doing, and man, what a setup! And just WPW is so great to work for. Like genuinely, like my wife, if she was here, would tell you the same thing. You know, we've always been treated with respect, minus Damian Blade. We've always been treated with respect when we come there, and we weren't made out to be, you know, like the enemy. We were just like, hey, everyone's like, hey, come on in. Like, which is cool because that's not something we're used to. And Shane has been nothing but transparent and honest with me, and honesty goes a long way with me, and so does respect. So can't thank you enough, Shane. Appreciate you.
Absolutely. No, thank you. It's been a pleasure working with you.
I'm just going to throw this out there. If you're a CHWA talent and you have promise and you need to work, you want to work with the greatest manager of WPW history, call me.
I was going to throw Dale Winchester out there just to.
Take it from somebody who's worked with Halbert.
My head of
Don't
security.
do it.
Right.
Have a
Don't
lawyer.
do it.
Have a lawyer look over your contract before you sign it.
You
And
want to
don't
go there,
use a
but
recommended one.
But I just want to point out, you're saying that, but I have the greatest tag team as the current WPW tag team champions, and I don't see any challengers in sight, and I don't think there's anyone that's going to be able to take those titles off of the Violators. So run your mouths all you want, boys. I've got proof that I'm the greatest manager in WPW history.
So it's kind of funny if you're looking at the comments here. Damian Blade said he won't be there if we're there, but I'm the coward, right? I'm the one running from him. Interesting. That's interesting.
That's a valid point.
Well, see, that's something, Shane. You've heard me say it a million times. I like to go off facts. I like to state facts. I don't like to lie. Argue that one, Blade. You don't want to be in the same locker room as me. Why is that?
I just want to see what he's going to come say, because
I can tell you what he's going to say. He's going to twist it and spin it because that's what he does.
Wow.
All right.
Wow.
that just went. I mean,
That was a hard left.
yeah.
Let's talk about, we've had both the Butcher and PT Beckham on our show, and one of the most controversial shows that we've had. I don't think any of us had to do a whole lot of work that day.
No, it was easy.
They pretty much went back and forth with each other. That's something that's going to happen. Obviously, Chris, you said you can't wrestle. You're willing to take him in a fight, but PT Beckham, Damian Blade, this is a match that's going to happen at some point. These two's feud has boiled over to the point where they've got to get in the ring together.
See, I would love to have that, but Damian Blade is too good for CHWA, and he's saying he's not going to be at WPW for there. So, where, Damian, are you going to fight PT at? You're running. Shocker.
I was just going to say they're more than welcome to have that match in a WPW ring. We contact us. We can make it happen. We can get that to happen. Let's figure out a way to get that match going.
Oh, well, I mean, Mr.
Where
Prima Donna,
do I sign?
Mr. Prima Donna there saying, "Oh, I'm not going to share a locker room with these guys." How the hell are we going to pull that one off, Shane?
You know what? I'd say if we could pull it off, give Blade his own locker room just for that one night. That one night. Here's why. As somebody who's seen a lot of things unfold in WPW, I can tell you now, it would be worth the amount of money they would make to give him that ego, because I guarantee you that if you put them in the ring, that match is going to tear apart that building, and he's going to do it just because he'll make money.
I'm not entirely sure that this is going to be a match. This is
it's going to be a fight.
Brawl, and I don't know.
I still think we should put it in a cage. Just personal opinion.
I mean, I agree.
Oh, bad news, gentlemen.
I saw it, and I'm not happy.
Bad news.
I'm not happy about it.
We lost a member of the WPW family.
Hold on, wait. Hold on. Son of a bitch.
Christian's so confused.
What am I waiting on?
Did somebody?
The Skull Canyon cage has gone to the other side.
I'm so mad about this.
I straight thought somebody died. Unbelievable. I'm sitting here about to get emotional, man. You can't do that to me.
The original Skull Canyon cage, which has been used twice and in itself was an intimidating presence.
Oh my God, yes.
Has not survived through the COVID outbreak.
Oh.
And is gone to the big ring in the sky.
I was unlucky enough to be in the middle of the ring for that thing twice, once as an announcer and once as a ref. That damn thing was terrifying.
If you don't know what the Skull Canyon ring was, it was a wooden frame that had the walls made of barbed wire.
Yes.
Real barbed wire.
Oh yeah, that was scary.
100% real barbed wire.
Sounds
four barbed wire.
Yep.
Like there's no like real way to. I mean, I don't know where the hell you're trained that's going to teach you how to
I think
into a barbed wire cage like that and not rip flesh and all
No,
that
that
stuff.
was
No,
I
they're-
think the only way that gets worse is if it was razor wire. That would be.
We had to draw the line somewhere. When
Yeah,
this
that
thing
was
Yeah,
what we
Sure.
our insurance
Sure.
had some limitations on that.
as CEO, I'm like at that time when this thing was constructed, that was actually one of the first things that was brought up was let's do razor wire, and insurance. Nope, they were a big fat no on that
the
one.
You
hard
know,
pass.
I normally don't like insurance agents, but I can actually maybe see why.
Yeah,
This was a cage that we had to measure off. If a wrestler were to actually go through the cage and
Yep.
bring it down to the floor, we had to make sure the crowd was far enough away that the cage wouldn't actually go into impaling the crowd if that had
That
happened.
is my biggest fear every cage match I've ever had is that someone is going to hit the side and it's just going to.
and I can't remember.
There's
UC
a-
Rocco, I think it was Johnny Rocco.
It was
take this one out.
Rocco had it from across the ring, went to hit some directly across the ring, and just
The guy that wasn't Albert Praise. No,
But you
Sid
got
Holland
hit by
was
Sid
a
Holland.
Mac.
Now to use the nasty nail polish. She wants to use the nasty nail polish remover. Welcome to the house. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Hit not candles, but they have all kinds of smelly good stuff. So if your house smells like nail polish and nail polish remover, well, we have a cure for that. So, or if you're listening to your significant other listen to this show and you hear this and you want to not smell what he is, hit us up and we'll put you in contact with her.